try and share.
You do that. Well, we are live on Facebook, as always. Hi, everybody. Thank you for tuning in today, whether you're live or watching a replay. We appreciate you all. This evening, we see the return of the proprietor of the chakra rooms in Ramsbottom near Bury. I say chakra rooms because now there's more than one. It's home to plenty of healing modalities and alternative therapies, workshops, and talks. My guest brings decades of experience to the table as a practitioner herself in Reiki and reflexology, to name only a couple. We're going to be chatting all about Reiki and the new Centre of Excellence at the Chakra Rooms. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Sam Whittaker. Woohoo!
Hi,
Thank you for
Danny.
joining me, Sam.
Thank you. Sorry, I wasn't being rude. I was just trying to share to my pages and groups. I think I've done it.
Good. I'll do the same actually. Just before we go live, you might as well start us off by sharing what you've been up to since we last chatted. I know you've been expanding, so without going too much into Reiki just yet, what have you been doing in the chakra rooms?
So as a brief history background, I started off just doing my therapies mobile. So I've been qualified to do this stuff for 23 years now. So and then I moved into a small room. I worked in different places as the holistic therapist there, moving around. And then I sort of laid down a few roots in a small therapy room. And within a year, I'd moved to the place that I'm at now, which is the chakra room. And within 3 months, I had the room that I've got, the first room, the chakra room, and then a bigger workshop space. So I started to branch out into the workshops and the training. I had a place to train, and then I expanded then from there last year, and I've doubled the size again. So I've now got 2 workshop spaces and 2 therapy rooms. So yeah, we host loads of events, workshops, all the therapies. So there's other therapists that are in with me now. So we've got counsellors, hypnotherapists, myself, other holistic therapists, and then all the other stuff that comes in. But we've just launched as a Centre of Excellence for Reiki. So I'm going to stand up and show you my t-shirt. So yeah, it's something that it's been in the back of my mind for a while, because it's been a bit of a battle for me to in the Reiki world, because it gets put into a really fluffy category, and it doesn't get the level of honouring that it deserves, both by some people that claim to offer it and train people in it, and by other people that I really respect within this spiritual community, so to speak, really used to give it a bit of a bad rap. So I felt like I needed to fill that gap, really, and bring a standard of excellence so that people can and give it a bit of a shout out, really, and a level of excellence that it deserves. Yeah. So that's what I've been up to: expanding, bringing in loads of collaborations, and creating a centre of excellence.
Good for you. If I could just back up a moment and just get some grounding in this, can you give us a definition? What is Reiki?
Well, it's a Japanese healing modality. So it's a system of healing that it's ancient, but it's like many of these things, it becomes reborn. And it was reborn by the master, the grandmaster of Reiki as we know it now. And I don't know the date exactly. I'm going to say 18 something. So it was reborn then, and brought back, and it's like filtered down through to what we have now, which is a really quick, positive, amazing tool that you can have for yourself and other people if you want to go further with it. So yeah, it's a healing system. You're using the natural chi or energy or ki, whatever you want to call it, that is out there, the pure, clean energy within the universe, and you're channeling that as a healer, if you want to call yourself a healer, through the hands into the person. So yeah, that's the basic outline of it.
So do you bring in the chakras when you teach Reiki, and or do you keep it pure? Do you think the chakras were originally included?
I bring a little bit in. I give them some background information on it, but it's for them to follow that path if that's where they want to do it, because the chakras is an Indian system, but it's all part of the energy body. So it's really good to have a little bit of information on that, for them. But with everything else, when I teach this, when I teach Reiki, one of the first things I say to them is, I can't teach you Reiki. It's not something that it's a practice. It is very much something that should become part of your life. So I can attune you to the energy, open up the chakras to bring that energy through the body, and I can teach you how amazing it is for you. I can inspire you, but to actually become one with Reiki, you have to be doing that yourself. That's something that's your thing. When you learn something like massage or reflexology, you're learning a system which is, and then you develop your own style like you do with driving or anything else that you learn. But with Reiki, it's quite different. It's something that moves through you rather than something that you do.
Yeah, great. Is it the Ursu system that you teach?
Yeah.
Yeah, I used to as well. So for those watching at home who might be feeling a little bit unsure or whatever, does it actually work? I know we can't see it claims to cure or anything, because you can get sued and all that, but presumably you've had some interesting stories you can share along the way.
Oh yeah, and I know people that have cured things, and had things cured with it. So it's like anything else, really. Anything within the holistic therapies or the complementary therapies or traditional therapies, whatever you want to call them, there is something that works for all of us. And, we're quite good at recognizing what's wrong in our minds. We're very good at recognizing often what's wrong within our bodies because we get pain or we get whatever. But a lot of people are really unaware of their energy system. They're really unaware that they are energetic rather than, an actual, they believe that they are this carcass that moves around, but you're much more than that. So it is something that probably works. It works for everyone that has it in some way. To what extent it can vary from, just some deep relaxation to like, wow, what happened? So I had a lady that came in 2 weeks ago, and she didn't have any expectations, and she just said she just wanted to try it for a while. She didn't have anything wrong with her, she just came because she's keen on looking after herself, and she opened her eyes at the end and she just said, I can't believe what's just occurred. You've just opened a whole new world for me. I was seeing geometric shapes and colours, and it was just, she said it, and it was the second your hands went on. I was lay there for quite a while before that. She had some other therapy which wasn't Reiki before it, so none of that occurred then. And the minute that started, she was just like bang in another world. And she said it's literally changed my life.
Wow, that's amazing to hear. How long have you been attuned to Reiki from your very first steps?
I think it's 16 years now. Yeah.
Long time.
And my journey was really quick as well. Like some people, it takes them years and years and years to move through the levels. If they do at all, you can just stay at the level 1 if you want to. But yeah, my journey was like So
Do you know when you're teaching and you're doing attunements and say you've got like 4 students, for example, doing a level 2. I don't know what it was like for you, but when I was doing the attunements, I found it really difficult to stay hydrated and toxin free. You know, I seem to get overloaded with toxins over that next few week period.
post or prior?
Post.
Post, yeah. I'm the opposite. I'm on the floor the week before.
Right.
And then the minute that I do the first set of attunements, it starts to lift. And by the time the attunements are finished, I'm like, ooh, I'm back.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. On the day of the first workshop and the first weekend, I'm like on cloud 9, like, my God, this is just amazing. It should be illegal to have this much fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great.
Mm.
Bring back some awesome memories. I'm just going to let my camera 2 seconds. Sorry about that. That's what I was going to ask you. So the next question is, can anyone do this? Anyone watching, if you feel drawn to this healing modality, is it
Yeah.
open to everyone?
Anyone can do this at all, because it's it's not, contrary to what a lot of people believe, and these are some of the myths that I want to bust with the Centre of Excellence. It isn't about you being, born with a special gift. Try and get this light back on, otherwise I'll be in the dark. Yeah, it isn't about the fact that you're born with like some kind of special gift, and I'm not to say that some people aren't very much more in tune with that. Some people are much more aware of their energy and can feel that. And I luckily was one of those people. From a child, I could see energy, and I didn't know what it was at the time. But yeah, no, we're energetic beings. Anyone can do this. Absolutely, anyone can do it.
Our good friends just popped into the chat. Danny Buckley saying, "Evening, you gems." Hello, Danny.
Hi, Danny.
Glad to have you joined us.
He's on his way to Italy.
Is he? Nice. Nice. Good for you. Have fun. Safe trip. So I know it's probably a strange question, like how long is a piece of string, but how long can it take to become proficient? When I say proficient, I mean like to like a practitioner level. I'm not talking about like master, but to be like a proficient practitioner.
You can do it really quickly, like 3 months or something like that. That's the minimum time I offer the training in. So between level 1 and level 2, which is the practitioner level, it's 3 months with me. But that doesn't mean that that's what you should do. It can be 10 years, it can be 5 years, it could be, but no less than that for me. And I know there are many people that teach it much quicker than that. But I'm not one of those. That's the way I was taught. And it's not just about you learning something. It's about your nervous system absorbing the energy and the symbols, and your own healing journey. And if you haven't gone through that process, you're not ready to heal other people. You're not ready to work on that level with other people. So that I would really, really work with someone on that before they decided to do that.
Yeah. Picking up on what you said earlier, it's all about using it. As soon as I was attuned, I was using it every day on myself initially, then doing distance healing, hands-on healing. I was obsessed. I was using it every day, and I did for literally years and years and years. And you can feel the energy building over time, and it becomes integrated, just as a natural part of you, becomes embodied. It is such a beautiful gift. If anyone's thinking about getting into it, do you ever do? These are just questions that are coming to my mind. Do you ever do distance attunements? Would you consider doing that?
I haven't ever done them, but it doesn't mean to say that I wouldn't. you know, and you know, some people say to me, oh, I don't see how it can work if you do that. And I'm like, well, I believe in distance healing, so you know, I do believe that it can work. I've never had the call to do that because I have the space, first of all, you know, so people can come and do it within the chakra room, and that is a unique thing in itself. It's a lovely experience to come and sit together in a group and do that. So I would recommend you do that if you can. But if that isn't possible, then I can understand that that can happen. If I was to do that, I would do the full thing. I would do, it wouldn't just be an attunement. They would have a full program of some kind of, you know, online assistance.
I wonder how Dr. Ursu received the attunements. I wonder. I know the story about the Mount
Kuriami, Mount Kuriami it was, and he was on a. I always, this is, you know, my humour, and I'm sorry if this offends anyone, but I always say he was up on Mount Kuriami on a 21-day fast. So he's probably tripping his you know what's off because he's got no food in his system, and these gold symbols appear to him in the sky. But who cares? You know, it works.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm.
It's all about intention from the recipient and the Reiki master teacher. And if the intentions are in alignment, i.e. you want to receive them, the master wants to pass them through her or him into you, then it's going to work. It's as simple as that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. And you know, I had the most amazing teacher. He was just on another level, and he, you know, training with him and working with him changed my life. And you know, hopefully that's what I can provide for other people, that they can facilitate this stuff within themselves to be able to go on and change their lives. So yeah.
If there's any practitioners watching and they've either experienced or yet to experience when the energy stops flowing through them, I know what happened to me. I'd been using it for years and years, and then one day it just stopped. And oh, this is new. I've never had this happen before, and it stopped for months. Is that something you've experienced as well at any point?
I don't think I've experienced that, but my answer to that would be it doesn't stop. You just can't feel it in the same way. And I tell a good story about this. And if Kathy Smith's watching, she can put a comment on about this story, because she comes in on a lot of my trainings. And that is, when I was pregnant, I had. Hi, Bev. I've just seen Bev put a lovely comment. I had, I couldn't feel the energy when I was pregnant. It was just very, very dense, and I couldn't feel it. And I had this guy come in for a treatment, and it was a really icy day, and it was at my house, and my house was in a off-road in a really rural area, and he was in his 70s, and I was really concerned about, I was very hormonal, heavily pregnant, and I was concerned that he was going to fall or have an accident when he came to have this treatment, and he hadn't picked to have it. It was a gift that someone had paid for him to have. So by the time he arrived, I was sort of in my head and not really with it. And then I kind of just grounded everything, went in to do the treatment, but he wanted to sit up, and he talked all the way through it. And by the end of it, when he left, we had a lovely chat, and I did the session with him, but he was like, I was like, I feel like I've cheated this guy, you know, he couldn't have got anything out of that. And it's going into the ego, really. You know, I felt like because I couldn't feel anything, nothing had happened, which we know is not the case. You know, it isn't about us. It isn't about us at all. And in his conversation, he'd said to me, you know, I retired 10 years ago, and my intention when the day I retired was to play golf every day for the rest of my life. And he said, I did my back in the day after I retired. I've never played golf again. Anyway, a couple of days later, the person who'd bought him the gift phoned me, and she said, I can't believe what you've done. He's like, he's a different man. He's playing golf, he's doing this, he's doing that. And that really was a huge lesson for me, that it's got absolutely nothing to do with me and what I feel. So, yeah.
Excellent. I love that story.
Mm.
Yeah, so-called miracles can happen every day if we just to remain open, be all about service, and as you say, get your ego out the way,
Yeah.
and just be there to serve the other person, and let the magic happen, and let the person, the recipient, let them be reminded on how to heal their own bodies.
Mm.
So, would you say Reiki is a complete system in and of itself?
Yeah, but as a holistic therapist, I combine so many different things. It's we're not a one cap fits all. It's very unique healing, and what works for one person doesn't necessarily work for another. Because I know a lot of people go for tapping and that kind of stuff. I can't get into a space where I can use that at the moment. I'm not saying that I wouldn't do in the future, but it's because I go into a different area. It's like my brain doesn't want to do that. And so, but I know so many people that have amazing responses, you included. You've had really good response from tapping. Reflexology can just be like that for people. It can be so amazing to heal something that you would never think would work. Like a physical thing, a bad shoulder, and they've had every kind of massage, chiropractors, they've had everything. They have one reflexology session and go, wow, what happened? So I would say, just try everything. Try everything. If you are passionate about your health, then try everything. Don't ever give up on yourself. We have so many choices, and that's my why behind the chakra room, to give people a choice for the health and the wellness. It could be Tai Chi or Qigong, it could be yoga, it could be breath work, it could be meditation, it could be a therapy, it could be a combination of all those things. And now that the community's built and the chakra room has got so many things on offer, I see the same people 3, 4, sometimes 5 times a week. For they might have been in for a treatment, then they've come in for a meditation session, then they're in for yoga, then they're in for breath work, and it's just like huge that what you can have and what you can do for yourself. So go and find an amazing centre or several different ones, and just give yourself that gift of health and wellness.
Yeah. So will extra attunements make me more powerful? If I have 15 or 20 or 30 attunements, will it make me?
It'll feel nice, but it won't make you more powerful. Yeah, no. And a lot of people say, oh, I need to be reattuned. It's not worked. And I'm like, no, you don't need to do that. You just need to work, do the work.
Yeah, and sometimes your psychic or your etheric cords need a break, a rest, or you could have things going on like you've said before in your life. And I've found, I don't know, I don't have any proof of this, but sometimes I'll be sitting minding my own business, and there've been attunement coming through me for somebody else. I was told, someone I don't even know, and the same could be true. Like if I was meant to be attuning somebody and I wasn't physically, spiritually able to at that time, somebody else would on my behalf without them knowing about it. Like I say, I've got no proof other than what I was being told intuitively. But it's just fascinating how it works. I know there'll be people back in the day saying, oh, I've been attuned to Cowboy Reiki and Crystal Reiki and Archangel Michael Reiki and My Fault Reiki, and the list goes on and on and on. Like, you're thinking, oh my God, how are you still seeing like all those different?
I mean, it's like this is part of the centre of excellence. This is part of what it's about for me, because it's about, there are so many different avenues. And it's like anything, it can be monetized, it can be abused, and that happens in every area of life, absolutely every area of life. So I'm not pointing fingers. I'm not doing that. That's not what I want to do. What I want to do is just offer a place where you know you're going to get really good training, you're going to get backup and a place to develop beyond that. You know, you can come into the community, and like we had a share the other night. It's something I've never ever done in all the years. I've never done that. I've never done anything like that. But we had a share the other night, and you know, it's an opportunity. There were people there from level 1 through to master level to support each other and experience different energy and work with that in a really safe, open space. So yeah, there's so much you can do. And there's just, you know, so many people that do a level 1 course and then don't have that backup and never use it. And that's sad, you know, that's really sad, because it's just so useful and powerful and beautiful and life-changing.
Yeah. Do you write your own manuals, or which ones do you use?
Yeah, write my own, yeah.
Check you out. No, good for you. I must admit, back in the day, I used to use other people's who gave them away freely. They'd say like you can use mine. I never wrote my own, but good for you. Yeah,
I mean, I've used things out of different, you know, and I've got my Reiki master Philip. He gave me all of his information, and then I added to it and created more. So yeah.
So, is there anything else you want to share about the Reiki Center of Excellence?
Well, I'd just like to I think I'd like to give a little shout out to the founding members, because they're a group of Reiki masters that have trained with me, that have gone on to sort of have their own success stories now, and they do so many amazing things, and they're amazing individuals, and they've come in as part of this to sort of support other people. So there's kind of, I'm hoping to move forward into mentoring, and that they're there to do all that. So and they need their own recognition, because they are just, you know, we're all on a level, even though they call me the boss lady, some of them anyway.
Yeah, that's fair enough. How do you fit everything in? Because obviously you're a mother, you've got full on career. You know, you're also a practitioner. So
I know.
when you're coming from work, within the hour you're on this live stream with me.
Yeah, so sorted the kids out, brush my hair, bit of lipstick, and here I am. Do you know what, Danny? I'm not gonna bullshit about it. It's hard work, you know. It's beyond full time. I'm working 7 days this week, and I probably did last week as well. I can't remember. You know, it's just I've lost all scope of time, but it is the way it is. It's just the way it is, and it will change. I'm going to be, cover your ears up, all my clients, but I'm going to be reducing my therapy hours. I'm not going to stop doing therapy, so nobody needs to panic, but I'm going to be reducing that down and do more sort of clinic days that frees me up to do more of the workshops and the running and all of the stuff that takes up so much time.
You've been seeing that as long as I've known you, mind.
What was that, sorry?
You've been seeing that as long as I've known you.
Yeah, I have reduced them a little bit. I have reduced my, you know, but it's going to be a bit more as well. Yeah. So, but that it's actually happening now. It is actually happening now. That was the dream, but this is what's actually happening now. The reality is actually coming in now. Yeah, and I just love the collaborations that are coming in, and you know, obviously, I started off. The first person that I did this stuff with was Stephen, and you know, now I've just got so many different people coming in, and I'm lucky enough to be really good friends with Danny now, and he comes in and brings some amazing stuff, Danny Buckler, and lots of other people that I've met along the way. You know, I've been doing the Jamie Cato Bring It course, so I'm nearly at the end of that now. It's a 10-month course. So I've met some amazing people on that, and they're coming and bringing lots of their gifts now from all over the country, and like more local people as well. So it's really it's just a lovely job that I have. But yeah, it can be hard. It can be hard, and it's not difficult. It's just time. Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot.
But being present helps as well, doesn't it? You said before, I'm working 7 days this week, and I might have done last week. I can't remember. It's because when you're so present, time is just the now of it. All we've got is now, and you're more aware of the presence, this moment.
Yeah.
I find that more and more. People say
this oneness of time, it all just leads into one thing after the other. And it's like, I don't think what day is it anymore. It's just, yeah.
That's right. So do you sell stuff, for want of a better word, at the chakra rooms?
Yeah. I sell cacao, ceremonial grey cacao. So I offer cacao ceremonies, which are really amazing, and it's something that I'm really quite passionate about. I love the medicine of cacao. So I said that just for you, Danny Buckler. So I'd sell cacao, full power cacao. I sell crystals, incense, all your usual beautiful things that people love. Journals, really nice journals. So yeah, I've got all that going on as well. We have a bit of everything going on, really.
That's cool. Anyway, is there any final thoughts? Because I know you've got guests there tonight. So,
I've got Katie Rogers here, who's come over from Yorkshire, and she does soul readings. So she's been in the chakra room today, and she's in there tomorrow as well. So there's I think there's one slot that's become available tomorrow if anyone wants it at 11:30. But yeah, other than that, yeah, she's full. So she's here with me tonight. We're going to get some dinner in a minute, and yeah, have a bit of a chill out.
Okay, Sam, thank you so much. It's been a delight to catch up.
And it's looking so well, Danny. You're looking good. You're looking cool.
Cheers. Much love to you all. Thanks. Bye for now.
Okay, bye.